Looks like we are live. This video, this live stream is going to be about Denis Ciplenkov's Devon. Let's call out for Denis Ciplenkov and what we understand from it, how we understand this situation. So let me first play the video which Devon uploaded, kind of rectifying his call out which he made for Travis Bajan, then issuing a new call out which he himself agreed is probably even worse than the first one.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick video about something I said last night. I was a bit nostalgic. I was asked what kind of a match was I looking forward to. And I said Travis Bajan. I said that in the moment, thinking about the U.S. I thought that, Travis and I had a long history, and I thought maybe it would be great to pull him again. It's maybe not the right match. It's really maybe not.
So if some of you, I'm quite sure many of you didn't watch the King of the Table event. Right after the event, when Devon was asked about his future, somebody shouted Alijan Muratov. Devon said that Alijan is probably the second or the number one guy in the world. So he's further down the line. There was a time when he used to be the best left-handed guy in the world, but for 6 years he stopped training his left arm and he's not ready for that level yet. So that's the reason he issued a different call out, and that was for Travis the Beast Pageant. Now, I've been saying for quite some time now that Travis, and I'll relate this to Devon as well, Travis Pageant versus Brendan Elsesser is a much better match than a rematch than Travis Pageant versus Devon or Travis Pageant versus Kalinishenko right arm or Corey West left arm.
Because unfortunately, Travis just really hasn't proven himself at this time. Travis is a fantastic arm wrestler. He's one of my favorite arm wrestlers of all time. That's why I said it. I believe he was one of the greatest ever to do it. The truth is he just might not be on that level. And for me to call him out probably is not the best thing. I think he has to probably show that he's committed to arm wrestling first. So I'll do an even worse call out than that. I'll make it even worse than calling out Travis. And I would.
So I've always been in favor of people taking easy matches, and you all know that. Like, it's not hidden. I've said it many times already. But I'm also in favor of Devon taking rest because he was the most active arm wrestler in 2023. So him taking rest after the Levan match, it only makes sense. But I'm still not in favor of Devon destroying Travis Bagent, like Devon torturing Leonidas Arcona, who is his friend. I'm I'm all in favor of trash talk. It may sound confusing that Pradeep always supports these kind of things. So why is he now speaking against such things? But I'm speaking against such things because they were friends and the match was not close. Dude, use the trash talk when the other guy was saying he's going to destroy you. But then you found out that the match wasn't close. Leonidas knew that he's going to lose this match, and Devon knew that Leonidas knew he's going to lose this match. So that's why I said that there wasn't much much sense behind, I shouldn't say point, much sense behind the during match trash talk which Devon was doing with Leonidas.
Say that if I had a choice, what my next match left-handed would be. Left-handed is you guys are gonna hate this.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
I want a rematch with Denis Ciplenkov. Left-handed. I want my legacy hammer back. It's not mine. But I want it. That thing can't be just sitting. Dennis, you can't hold on to that thing. So either give it up to somebody who you think is a champ, put it in Vitaly's hands, put it in Morozov's hands, or come and fight me again, and I'll take it back from
So
you.
Devon basically gave Dennis two options: just arm wrestle me or just give it to someone else. He's not saying that to just give it to me. So Devon will be okay if Dennis just hands over the hammer to Vitaly Lalitin or Artyom Morozov without even a super match. But the guy is generous. The guy is respectful towards the sport of arm wrestling or towards himself even more. That's why he's saying arm wrestle me. So that's a good gesture that he's willing to let others have the hammer without arm wrestling. But if he himself wants it, then he will prove it by earning it by defeating Denis Siplenkov. This is what I just understood after watching the second part, the video for the second time. So let's read a couple of comments, the top two comments. Dennis will never give up that hammer. He does not understand those things. At this point, I think it's time to just consider that hammer gone forever because Dennis is never giving it up. Might be time to start thinking about having another one made in the next few months. Yes, that's the thing. Dennis, I think he made it pretty clear that he is not willing to give up the hammer, and for sure, he's not going to compete on the left arm anytime soon. When he was saying that he's ready to compete against Devon on the right arm, and then after that, maybe even Hermes Gasparini, even during that time, he was saying no competition on the left arm, like not even a possibility. My left is not ready, and I'm not going to compete only right arm matches. Now he isn't even ready to compete on the right arm, so you can guess when he's going to arm wrestle on the left. Probably never. And Dennis already got this message when Devon was arm wrestling him for the first time on the right arm. Before that, Devon made it clear it's not the first time when Devon is issuing this call out. He already told Dennis before the right arm match, just make it left and right. I want that hammer, or give it up to someone else. You cannot keep it forever. Dennis saw that video. He doesn't care. So he's going to see this video. He wouldn't care. And Devon knows that too. So I'm not sure why he did that. If he wants a like kind of a movement of the fans, the troll army against Dennis, to kind of publicly shame him into giving up the hammer, I think people can do that because Dennis gets bothered a lot after reading the comments. He has mentioned that many times in some of the Iron Rating videos and the Arm Olymp videos. So maybe people can do that, but is it worth it? Is it worth it? The guy is retired. Yes, it's kind of sad that he doesn't want to give up the hammer, but should we just troll him into insecurity and insults into giving up the hammer? Well, maybe we should. Maybe we should. I think if you ask me, then yeah, it's not even keep worth keeping the hammer because you took it from someone who invented that idea behind the legacy hammer. Then that same guy, he's asking you for a rematch and you're just holding on tight to the hammer. Like, would it still have the same value? Who are you going to show it to? In your garage, in your gym? So that way the hammer can lose value, and if people start trashing Dennis for that, then it loses even more value in his own mind. So I think he should probably give up the hammer. My prediction: will he do that? No, absolutely not. He's not going to do that. And after this, the problem is that this hammer, yes, it's called a legacy hammer, but it doesn't have a huge legacy like the right arm hammer that changed a ton of hands. I think it just belonged to Devon. He never lost it on the left arm, and it's not even a super heavyweight hammer. So it was a 225 pounds hammer. Devon never lost it, and then it was handed over to Denis Siplenkov. I think there are just two names on that: Devon Lett and then Denis Siplenkov. So does it have that big of a legacy behind it? I know the concept. It can have the legacy behind it if it changes hand now. If Dennis gives it up to Vitali, or because he's not going to arm wrestle. Let's be sure. The chances of Dennis giving up the hammer are more than the chances of him arm wrestling on the left arm, at least against top level competition, and only then it would be considered a legacy hammer match. So he's not going to give it up, and he's not going to have the match. So just maybe try to bully him into giving up the hammer to his good friend Artyom Morozov. That's that's what can be, or maybe that's what Dennis Devon should try to do. But the legacy, in my mind, it's not there. As I told Travis when I was on Paul Italia's podcast, like I just reminded him, like he already knew that, but I reminded him that that was the 225-pound hammer. Aren't you the one who hold all of the left arm super heavyweight WL hammers? And he was like, yeah, yes, yes. And from then onwards, he kept on saying that in every single podcast. Even when he met Devon, he mentioned that point. Like, you hold the little guy hammer, mine is the super heavyweight hammer. So in my mind, that Travis Bagent left arm hammer is more of a legacy hammer than Devon's left arm hammer. But the same cannot be said about Travis Bagent's right arm super heavyweight hammer, because Devon's 225 legacy hammer also holds a lot of weight. John Brzezin got it, Marcio Barboza had it, Devon Lett had it. Ron Bath, I'm not sure, but Michael Todd, I think I already mentioned his name. Then Devon got it back once again, and then Levan Sagin actually has it since 2022. Find your muscles first. Yeah, I do not have muscles. That's correct. Bhai comment pad lo yaar. I'm speaking, bro. Can't you see? How can I read while speaking at the same time? I mean, it's possible, but is it worth it? What is Legacy Hammer? So, Legacy Hammer is the concept, as we just discussed, invented by Devon. Those were both left and right arm hammers, were 225-pound hammers, 225-pound class hammers from WL. So, whoever has it now is the Legacy Hammer champion. That's the whole concept behind it. And we have already discussed who has who has their names written on the Legacy Hammers. बेटा डेनिस प्राइम पढ़ दिया था डेवन को मिलना चाहिए डेवन ओके Devon always says that he doesn't train left arm, but that is not true. Pulling with it, table time. Yeah, with that logic, John Brizing never trained unless he was lying. So with that logic, John never trained. This is also training. This is also training. And he himself said that his left arm is the strongest that it has ever been. So yeah, it was training. How can you get the strongest arm in your entire career without even training? So lots of people have already joined, about 80, now 72. BRB smoke break. What's the lineage of that hammer? The left hand, did Devon defend that with Andre Pushkar? No, there was no WL around the time when Devon faced Andre Pushkar. So that concept was after that. And Devon was not the best guy. That's the biggest problem with these legacy hammers. When Devon won them and when Devon defended them, around neither of these two times, Devon was the number one guy in the world. Not on the left, not on the right arm. To me, that's one reason why these legacy hammers, in my opinion, do not hold that much value. The tank top Pradeep bringing sexy back, hitting a Diddy freak off party after the podcast with baby oils, right? Bayou versus Orden would be would win. Of course, Orden Larrett. We'll discuss what's next for Orden Larrett as well. That video is already scheduled. That live stream, it will start in about 17 minutes from now. And if we go to the video which I just uploaded about Devon Larrett, let's see a couple of comments which people have posted there. But before that, what's next for Devon? That is something that we should probably discuss once again. I'll create one more live stream tomorrow discussing Devon's left arm potential, where he should rank right now in the world. But the thing that we were discussing earlier, take rest, Devon. That's, you have totally earned it, even in the eyes of the fans. Of course, you have earned it in your own eyes, but even in the eyes of the fans, you have totally earned it after arm wrestling, after giving us so many incredible matches in 2023, 2022. But Chanshaw, then, and I think before Chanshaw, was it? Yeah, it was Levan, but before that, I think it was Dave Chaffee. Dave Chaffee was still good. Like, that match had some historic value. But Chanshaw, and now this match against Leonidas, and the next match against Travis Bajent or Denis Siplenkov. Yeah, why not make some easy money while resting? So these matches are basically resting matches for Devon. He didn't really need to train for any of these. Not for the Chanshaw match, not for the Leonidas Arcona match, and definitely he doesn't need to train for the Travis Bajent match, and also the Denis Siplenkov match if it happens anytime soon, which it won't. So Devon is not only resting, but he's also figuring out a way to make good amount of money and stay in the algorithm of YouTube arm wrestling, actual arm wrestling, while taking the rest. Genius move, Devon, genius move. But we fans won't let that slide. Travis Bajent match, we won't let that match happen. भाई तुम्हारा बोलने का स्टाइल अच्छा लगता है. लव फ्रॉम राजस्थान. थैंक यू ब्रदर. थैंक यू एनीवे मास्टर. Who do you think would win between Orden and Korean Hulk? Bro, that match is already over. We'll discuss this topic in the next video. Do you think Devon cheats overall? Cheats? I'm someone who agree with it's the referee's job. Like, I, although I do not like it, but I still cannot blame the arm wrestlers for cheating in the setup. It's the referees that I like to call out, and in my mind, it's like 90% referees' responsibility and 10% on the athletes, and that's just also the ethical part, like nothing according to the rules. They know the rules, they should get fouled if they cheat during the setup, but if they don't, then that's not their fault. That's how I look at this. Korean milk got smoked out. Pradeep, from which state you are from? Haryana, UP, both? I think Tobias Sporong would be a good opponent for Devon left hand. I don't think so. Tobias Sporong is too strong, man. He is too strong. Plus, he's tall, so he can probably climb over the king's move as well. Very diplomatic answer, Pradeep. No, if you go back and watch my videos, I've always said that I may start speaking against the athlete when he tries to pretend that he wasn't cheating in the setup when he was. Only in that case, I'm going to talk against the athlete for cheating in the setup. Otherwise, like, give me one name who has called, which YouTuber has called out the referees for their mistakes, for the athletes' mistakes more than me. Give me one name. I bet you cannot do that. भाई आप किसके साथ मैच करना चाहोगे अगर मौका मिले तो? I would like to arm wrestle. I would like to kick Adam Silver's ass on the left arm. I know I cannot beat him on the right. He's too strong. He got his shoulder operated on the left. His right left is weak. The same thing with my right. I got the same surgery on my right, so I know it's how weak it is. So I would like to kick Adam Silver's ass on the left arm. Somebody send him that video. Larry Wheels, former manager, the bodybuilder bully. I'll bully the bodybuilder bully. Hi Pradeep, Dennis is not healthy, and because of that, he is way past his prime shape. Devon only wants to kick him while he's down. The truth is, they never faced each other in their prime. Yeah, that's kind of correct. But I wouldn't think that Devon was way far away from his prime. Like, if Dennis right now is 70 or 65% of his prime on the left arm, then when Devon faced Dennis, Devon was probably at least 90-95% of his prime shape on the left arm. That's my assumption, and I think that is correct. Have you had your lunch? Yeah, I had my dinner, light dinner. So this one was, as some people were saying, that he just wants to embarrass more people. Devon just wants to embarrass more people. That's why he wants that Dennis CYPLENKOV match, and it is nothing more than that. So let's take a look at the video which I uploaded. And I forgot to discuss what's next for Devon. We kind of drifted away from the topic. Did you guys watch the Nugo Shikadze versus Devon led practice pool? It was good. It looked good. Nugo's energy is awesome. I love that guy. I didn't like him when he defeated RBJ because I wanted Rob to win, but I absolutely like that guy. So 105 kg, tons of matches for Devon. Like, Ongarbayev shouldn't be a match, but we have seen Sagov can also cut to 105, and at 105 he can be a problem, man. He can be a problem. If anything can negate the King's move, it's a very fast shoulder-driven press. Like, if you get someone here, even before they can engage their King's move, then it can be a problem. So Ibrahim Sagov is a match that wouldn't look completely one-sided. Devon is for sure the favorite, just like he's the favorite against everyone. But like, people wouldn't be mad, like, why is this match even happening? But Kidirgali Ongarbayev match, I don't see that match being close at all against Devon. To me, I don't even understand how Ongarbayev can weigh 105 kilos. Yeah, he's 6'2", but still, man, he looks pretty skinny to be a 105 kg guy. So Oleg Petrenko 105, Devon wins that title. Then he has to defend it, not immediately, but before that he'll jump to the 115 kg super match, title match, I guess. Then after that, does he start the left arm competition, or does he start defending the right arm hammers that he has, or does he do both at the same event? Can Devon actually be brave enough to defend the right arm hammer or to compete for the right arm hammer match on the right arm hammer match, and on the same event he can have a left arm match too? Can Devon do that? Have we ever seen Devon having two matches on the same card? Maybe, but not the real already decided and promoted matches, I guess, because Kazakhstani muscles weigh more. That's a good point. Ongarbayev doesn't look at his best lately. Yeah, he had some shoulder troubles, I guess. About legacy, yep. Let's make it. It's just that Ongarwai's frame isn't big. He is huge person. I just got a message from Paul Lynn, the man himself, to discuss King of the Table event. So yeah, but that's in 1 hour. So okay, should I continue speaking for 1 hour? I think I should. भाई आर्म रेसलिंग कब से फॉलो कर रहे हो? I've been following arm wrestling, like I'll say arm wrestling out, watching guys like Travis, Devon. So I think that you can consider following arm wrestling from about maybe 2015, 16. I watched just a little bit of it around 2012, 13. Just remember, vaguely remember watching a few videos. Then from 2016, it has been kind of regular. But I got really serious that I have to watch everything, the podcast, then everything. That started in 2018, early 2018, or maybe late 2017. Late 2017, I would say. Pradeep looking like Levan before PEDs. Hello, Mario. Prime Devon versus Prime John on both arms in tournament format and super match format. So I have seen John defeat Devon on the left arm too when they were kind of young. John's left arm has been like weird. Like sometimes he would act like his left is not good. Sometimes other people who have arm wrestled him will say that it's not good. But then he went to 1999 WAF and nobody could beat him. Not even Devon. Yeah, Devon was a very young. He was a beginner back then. But still, Devon finished third. So he was not a complete beginner. A beginner cannot finish third at WAF. And John won that tournament. Even other than that, I think I've seen John defeat Devon on the left. I've seen John defeat Travis on the left multiple times, even when John was not really working out that hard. For sure, not on the left arm. He doesn't even practice pull on the left arm. And when Engin Terzi practice pulled with him at the Hardanger Open, I think it was 2022, Engin couldn't move John an inch on the left arm. Like it looked even worse than the right arm super match that they had. So is John's left arm really that bad? Like Prime Devon would for sure beat Prime John on the left arm, but there were many times when John could have taken Devon Laird down, especially before, I'll say, 2007. I don't think after that John could have ever defeated Devon's left arm, but before 2007, there was a good chance. Prime John, Prime Devon, right arm. If there is a weight cap, 105 kilos, I would say Prime John wins. At 115 kilos, I'll say the match is close. The match is still close, but super match world, man. Devon is difficult. Devon is difficult to deal with. But John has a press too, so it's close. It's close. Super heavyweight Devon, I think John will lose. So that's how I see it. Pradeep, I seem still. I'll say that Devon is a bigger favorite at super heavyweight than what John is at 105 kilos. Pradeep Singh Kajla. That's my full name. Tell about the thumbnail you showed. Devon called Dennis. What is this? Devon called Dennis. That is that is that the is that what the thumbnail says? So the video which I uploaded about Devon milking the sport now. So let me read the top comments. This is the newest comment. Only the top comments. So the comment that is showing at the top is not the one with the most likes, but it says Devon only takes on opponents he knows he can beat. He had no choice but to take Levan on. He's just taking the nobodies nowadays, and the Devon fangirls lap it up, thinking he's invincible. Lap it up. I learned a new phrase today. Now, if we talk about the most liked comments, then we'll have to scroll a lot. Not too many comments on under this video. Yeah, it's still new, uploaded about 3-4 hours ago. Most liked comment is the Larets made it easy for me to lose interest in arm wrestling. 43 likes. Here we go again with the hammer crap. Ah shit, here we go again. How many of you do recognize this voice? Both Auden and Devon want to pick easy opponents and they think that this BS will go unnoticed. So not a lot of positive comments under that video. But yeah, If you, as I just mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you can rest while at the same time you can make some money too, then who wouldn't do it? Who wouldn't do it? That's the question. Bro, you versus Brian Shaw because Brian is new. You know what? I would like to see Eddie Hall versus Auden Larrett more than Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall. Like, Brian Shaw is not going to be insanely at an insanely different level than Eddie Hall. I think the match can still stop. Brian would win for sure, I think. But still, I would say the Auden Larrett match versus Eddie Hall can be good too. Like, Auden has good, thick, strong hand and wrist. We'll talk about that in the next live stream. Who do you think John will face at King of the Table in December? He wants to be at that card for sure. There is no doubt in that. Who do I think? Nugo Shikadze, I think that match can happen. The Georgians, will they get visa? I hope they will. I hope they will. So once again, just to recap what happened before I end this live stream in about 4 minutes time from now. The Legacy Hammer is something which the idea which Devon created in about 2016-17. So whoever won that hammer, the left arm hammer WL 225-pound class and the right arm class of the same weight division, they were called the Legacy Hammer champions. Their names are written on that. The right arm hammer has many names: Michael Todd, John Brezink, Devon Larrett, Marcio Barboza, the name that was forgetting early on, and Levan Seginashvili finally. The left arm hammer has only two names: Devon Larrett, or maybe Marcio. Did Marcio win it in 2015? I'm not sure, but Devon and Denis CYPLENKOV for sure. So at least two names, at most three names on the left arm hammer. Milo versus Orden. So that's the left arm hammer that Dennis has now, which he won against Devon in 2018. And probably since then, Devon is thinking that he shouldn't have put his hammer on the line, thinking now that Dennis is not going to give it to anyone else because he is going to keep it with himself forever. He's not even competing on the right arm. And even if he's ready, if he's trained and picked up, he's only going to compete on the right arm because his left arm injuries, his trouble, his shoulder is not going to heal anytime soon, as per Denis CYPLENKOV himself. So Dennis is not ready. Despite that, after playing with Leonidas Arcona at King of the Table 12, Devon called out Travis Bagent first from the stage, and that I created a poll. I was expecting more people to say no, and I think only 57% people said no. We don't want to see the Travis Bagent versus Devon Larrett left arm match. It's, as I just said, it's just going to look like the Leonidas versus Devon left arm match, and probably even worse than that. I don't think Travis is as strong as Leonidas Arcona on the left arm. Or maybe that match can be cool. I would like to see Travis versus Leonidas, or Brendan Elcesser versus Travis Bagent rematch to figure out if Travis has really improved after that much training or not. So not many people many people were still in favor of that match because about 53% people, 43% people voted for that match to happen. But Devon realized that he probably made a mistake. Travis is not on the level that he can compete against Devon. He rectified that mistake and told everyone that I shouldn't have made that call out, but I'm going to make an even worse call out, which is going to piss even more people off. And that is a Denis CYPLENKOV left arm rematch. Devon has already destroyed Dennis on the right arm. Now he wants to do the same on the left arm. The revenge, he already took the revenge, but taking revenge on the same arm on which you lost badly, it must feel different. It must feel different. And I think Devon is running after that feeling as much as he's running after the legacy hammer. Hey Pradeep, hi guys. I was expecting Devon to call out Dennis at King of the Table. To be honest, that legacy hammer needs movement. The thing is that Devon already made that call out a couple of times before their right arm match. Dennis said no, I'm not interested, and then he stopped responding. So Devon knew what Denis CYPLENKOV's response is going to be. That's the thing that, but he's still. I mean, he's not wrong. Dennis should not keep that hammer with himself forever. But right now, technically, it's his. He can do whatever he wants. But we fans won't like if Dennis keeps it forever. Pradeep is the best commentator for me. Thank you, sir. Saurav Upadhyay, Prime Dennis versus Ali Jan. Stacy Morgan, the YouTube wall in the house. The thought of Denis Siplenkov keeping and or retiring with a hammer is a disgrace to the legacy hammer. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. So right now, 42% people have said on that poll that yes, they want to see that match, Travis versus Devon, and maybe I should create a poll about do we want to see that Dennis versus Devon left arm match. I think many people are going to say yes to that, most of the people, but they also know that that match wouldn't happen. Travis should arm wrestle Orden. That's the top comment under this community post. All right, guys, thank you for joining. I'll create a new. All of you will be 103 of you, most of you at least, will be automatically transferred to the next live stream as soon as I end this one. And I'm about to end this one in about 15 seconds time from now. So you'll be joined there too. Then there we'll discuss Auden Larrett's future, what I think he's going to do and what I think he should be doing. All right, bye.